Trendz, and again, happy Friday. You've tuned into another installation of all things lifestyle and trendy. Coming up for your entertainment, we go on a racing experience to explore the power and performance of luxurious supercars in the east of Jersey. Then, we shift the spotlight to a market that celebrates all things Indian culture, color and fashion elegance. From the streets of LA to Johannesburg, an actor from the Fast and Furious movie franchise, Noel G, graces South Africa on a cultural expedition. In our women's feature, former Miss South Africa 2022 Ndavi Nokeri talks about pouring her energy into a cause very close to her heart. Those are just a few forthcoming attractions on the show, so let's find out what else lies in store.
Ukuthanda wena kwakudinga sona isibindi sika Shaka noPhalo. Inkosi ezimbini ezilwela umxhenso wenkululeko ngodlame. Ubuyindlovu elibalayo wena. Ndibe indlovukazi ecaleni kwakho nifihle inyala lingathethwayo ndithi usakwazi uthetha. Ukuthanda wena ibikukuzigxama. Kuba ningasasibona isidingo sokufumana omnye. Ndavuma. Ndalityitane lakho lokusulungeka ndakukhupha ebumnyameni ndakubonisa ichosi. Ibali nam nawe liphela indima odangele. Mna Stenge sobuciko nothando. Xa sele bekubuza ke ngam uzubaxelela. Ube ngumthakatho ozela amawele. Wadibana nenhlanhla iphangalele wathatha kwakho washiya isinye sithandaza ukuba ngelinye ilanga izandla zakho zolwazi zelubona uthando.
Oh my goodness me, it's Kush Mahleka, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible way to kickstart the show on this Feel Good Friday. Welcome to Trendz Live on SABC News. I'm Steez, but you can call me Matea. It's another installment of lifestyle and music entertainment. It's a jam-packed show with another poem recital by Kush Mahleka a bit later on. And then we've got Major Steez and Mfundo Mo in the building. And I know you definitely don't want to miss that. So much to do, so little time. But I promise you, we're going to get through it all. Let's kick things off this evening. We sit down with former Miss South Africa Ndavi Nokeri. Crowned in 2022, Ndavi broke new ground as the first Tsonga woman to hold the title. Since then, she has focused on championing equal education and digital literacy through her foundation. All of this while keeping a low profile and letting her purpose guide her. Here's more of her inspiring story.
Miss South Africa 2022, Ndavi Nokeri could have chased the glamour, but instead she's pouring her energy into a cause close to her heart: equal education for all.
For me, it's always important to have intention and reason as to why I do something. So I don't just put myself in any single room. If I'm going to be somewhere, then there has to be a reason, whether it's going to be something that has impact, whether it's me building a network or just creating value in some sort of form. So yeah, that's probably why you don't just see me in every single room, because I move with intention. I won Miss South Africa just at 23. And so at that high, you translate it as, wow, I've already achieved so much. But I always remind myself that God is just getting started with my journey, and I think it's a good way to keep myself humble as well, and also to just remember that there's so much more that I can still do. So it's a very exciting narrative where when you achieve something, you celebrate it and just acknowledge how much you've done, but also be reminded that it is just only the beginning, because there's so much potential and so much more that can be done.
It was a moment of pride for her community and a symbol of possibility for young women across the country.
You know what's funny is that I didn't grow up watching Miss South Africa. No, I did not. I watched for the first time in 2018, and this is when I was in university. And I remember a couple of girls were sitting in the communal area, and I was wondering what they were watching, and they were cheering on, I think it was Tamarind Greensy, and they were cheering on the girls. And that's when I went to do my research to find out what is it about these women, because I was so drawn to them. Then I realized it was their stories that drew me, knowing that it was an ordinary girl who took a big step of faith and became extraordinary. And so that is what I wanted for myself. So I got exposed to it quite late in my life. And so the preparation that went into it was actually sitting down and asking myself why I wanted to do it. And as I mentioned to you, it was to have impact, but also to be a representation of something that I had never seen before. You know, when I look back, I realized that I had never seen a Tonga woman. Like I look back through the years and realized that a Tonga woman had never won Miss South Africa. I mean, I'm surprised that you said you didn't watch Miss South Africa. What did you like? No, exactly, because that's what I was doing. I was out in the streets. We weren't watching television. We were inventing games outside. We would play with rocks. We would be telling stories, using different things that we find outside. So that's the type of childhood that I had. You know, you didn't have a curfew, but you would know that once the lights go off, you need to be at home. And every single household in the village was almost my family, you know. And so that's why I always felt so close and such a responsibility to always go back. If you watch some of the videos from our homecoming, it's incredible. That's actually still to this day one of my favorite days, because I could visually see what it meant to everyone when we went back to my village, went back to Limpopo, just seeing everyone come out and celebrate the win. It truly did become the testament that if you see it being done, that power of representation. The courses that I am championing is educational equality, and this came from a place of heart. You know, where I come from, I was privileged to go to a different school than the village that I was in. And so what I realized was that because I was exposed to better opportunities, better resources than my peers that I grew up with, the trajectory of my life is entirely different. The way that I was able to learn and be upskilled was entirely different to them. And there was no other different thing. You know, we grew up together, we played together on the streets, but the difference was the type of education that I was exposed to. And so when I was given the platform, for me it was very important that I play the role of a conduit and be able to bridge that gap for them. Because if I have a leg on the side of the rural and a leg in the side of the privilege, it is actually my responsibility to be the bridge that brings the two worlds together. The current project that we're working on is a digital literacy program called Coded Up, and with this program we want to close the digital literacy gap that is existing. What I realize is that when students go to university, those that didn't have the resources in high school struggle to keep up with the pace of the university because they don't have the basic skills of even using a computer. Some of them are not even aware that there's a difference between hardware and software. So it's such a basic skill that we may take for granted because we are exposed. And so with Coded Up, we want to create a workshop. We're going to do a boot camp we will work through 3 different cohorts over the next 3 years.
Throughout her reign, Ndavi dedicated herself to raising funds and awareness for causes close to her heart, ensuring that her work creates lasting impact.
Celebrating Women's Month is always such a great reminder that women have been having to fight for their rights for such a long time, you know. And I think sometimes we make it a fluffy story, you know, like go girls, girl power, and it's about so much more than that. If we look back at the women of 1956, those were women that decided to take control. They weren't women that waited to be told that you have this strength. They knew they had the strength and they took charge and stepped up and showed up and changed things for everyone, not just women. And so I think Women's Day is such a beautiful reminder of that we have this power and that it's just in us to step out and take back our control.
Truly incredible. Now, we are still in the thick of Women's Month, and you know, sticking with the theme of incredible women, we took to the streets once again to catch up with the phenomenal women of South Africa. Here's what they had to say.
The message that I have for women all the time, it has always been, you're the one that you've been waiting for, right? Whatever that you seek, seeks you. So you must never feel like you are not worthy of what is it that you want. Your dreams are valid, and that whatever that you wish for, wishes for you too. So stay true to who you are, continue pushing the boundaries, because the world is your oyster.
Be strong, trust in the process, and believe in yourself. there's so much that we get to learn and grow as people through women around us. I mean, in my office, I think I employ about 80% women and 20% men. And for me, that is special to say that we celebrate women on a daily basis. And what better way to, again, dedicate an entire month to women and say it's a Women's Month and celebrate that. And again, you'll be seeing our work at Miss South Africa. So that's another way of celebrating women from the brand as well as Odi Seflo.
We're in Women's Month, Mbogoto, but you are not Mbogoto because you are strong. There's no reason for a woman to be strong. You know, Mbogoto is meek, Mbogoto is soft, Mbogoto is lovely, Mbogoto is a daisy. We protect them as always. We love our women. They make us who we are. I mean, I am here because it took a village of women for me to become the person I am today. So, Mbogoto, we love you. Happy Women's Month. Thank you so much to the leaders that you are, the leaders that you grow, and the impact that you're making across the world. From Alfi, Usipoga Mkwanaz, Tanda Ure.
Mbogotos, we love you indeed. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. It's more of Trendz Live when we come back. Stick around. Welcome back to the show. You're still watching Trendz Live on SABC News. Now, from the streets of LA to the streets of Jersey, a familiar face from the Fast and Furious franchise made a surprise turn at Monte Casino recently. Actor Noel G, known for his gritty roles and quick wit, was the star attraction at the Idol Auto Expo. A combination of connection, culture, and a few unexpected truths behind the Hollywood glare. Stacey Holland was out there to get you the scoop. Have a look.
The Fast and the Furious franchise has evolved from a street racing cult classic to a global phenomenon, and it's influenced car culture all over the world, including South Africa. And today we meet one of its stars in Noel G, otherwise known as Hector. Noel G's in South Africa. It's so good to have you here for the first time. What are your first impressions of our country?
I like it, man. You know, it's kind of crazy because I felt like I never left LA. You know what I mean? Straight up. The only thing different, like I said before, is like the driving. You guys drive on the wrong side, or we drive on the wrong side.
Yeah, I think you drive on the wrong side.
One of us drives on the wrong side, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, everything else has been pretty much the same.
The actor, on a whirlwind visit to South Africa, was brought here by the Idol Auto Expo. And although he didn't get to do much sightseeing, he took time to explore the local car culture, and he said he was impressed.
It's kind of crazy, you know, I came this far to see more cars. I see cars all my life, and I just came here to come see some more. So the cars out here are nice. I'm actually quite surprised, man. You guys got some nice rides out here.
Having starred in the original Fast and Furious film, Noel G reflected on the global phenomenon the franchise has become and how it broke barriers both in Hollywood and beyond.
Well, you know what's crazy is we broke a lot of barriers. You know, one of the first things that Fast and the Furious Part 1 ever did was bring all the races together in the same movie. And it was for the heart of the cars, you know? We had black people, white people, Asian people, and Mexican people in the same film. And there weren't many films back then that did something like that, you know what I'm saying? So we broke a lot of barriers, you know? A lot of the street racing, I'm gonna say, you know, some of it was authentic, some of it was, you know, a little Hollywooded up for the movie, of course, or whatever. But I think we kept to the originality of street racing and what street racing is really about.
Fans couldn't resist asking about wild stunts and whether the next sequel might land in Mzansi, a suggestion he didn't exactly rule out. We've had Brazil, we've had Tokyo, we've had so many places.
Fast and Furious is going all over the place, you know, and we're going to the space station. Like, yeah, we're going all over the place.
I don't know if that was a favorite with fans.
No. That was kind of, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking on that one. But yeah, I mean, we're going all over the place.
South African fans were hungry for behind-the-scenes nuggets, from high-octane action to life on set. Noel shared that while not all cast members perform their own stunts, the adrenaline is very real, and so is the bond behind the scenes.
The reason why we came up with the word family in that movie is because it really did feel like a family. The director would shoot a lot of scenes where we didn't even know he was shooting. He would be like, hey, you stand here, you stand there, you stand there. And as we're waiting around or whatever, we start hanging out just chilling. And he's like, that's a wrap, everybody go home. And we're like, what? Yeah, hold up, man, I thought we were to shoot a movie. And he's like, I already got the shots I I need. So he did a lot of stuff naturally, you know what I'm saying? So that's how the word family of the movie came about.
And while the Fast and the Furious franchise has gone global, Noel says it's never been the same without the late Paul Walker, a brother on and off screen whose absence is still deeply felt.
He treated everybody the same. He would talk to anybody and everybody. He had a heart of gold, man, nicest guy ever. And to be real, you know, I don't think the franchise is the same anymore without him, to keep it 100. I think it kind of took a left turn, you know. But in part 11, we're supposed to come back to the roots of part 1. Hopefully your boy's back. But long story short, man, now that we're coming back to the originality of Fast and the Furious, thank God, you know, I'm hoping that it gets better and starts the turnaround that we should have had a long time ago.
As engines roared and fans lined up for autographs, it wasn't just about the fame or fast cars. For Noel G, it was a chance to connect, to share wisdom, celebrate resilience, and leave behind more than just movie memories.
The saddest thing is how Stacey always leaves me behind, but you know what? It's fine. Sticking with fast cars, if you love speed and are fascinated by how fast a supercar can accelerate from 0 to the highest speed, then buckle up. Trendz live producer Rendi Tsubane went on a supercar driving experience organized by Race Day Events, where she got the opportunity of getting behind the wheel of the world's most luxurious rides. Guided, of course, by an expert driver, ensuring a seamless, safe, and exhilarating experience. Have a look.
I'm just a girl that likes really fast and expensive toys. Yep, that's one of my most favorite sounds. What do you get when you put luxury, a powerful machine, and a supercar experience together? Absolute greatness and adrenaline. Join me as we visit Race Day Events. We spent our day with the co-founder of RDE, Jared Welby-Cook, who took us through the entire concept.
Race Day Events was actually born out of a racing experience. We were on track. We've adapted over the last few years to get to where we are now. And we basically pivoted into a supercar experience, as you can see now. And yeah, I think, you know, there just wasn't a proper experience in South Africa where people would just come and enjoy cars for the day and have some fun. Everything's very serious. It's advanced driving and too many courses. So I just felt like we needed to have some fun and we needed to, you know, let people experience these exotic cars.
The track, the supercar experience, and what it all boils down to. It's not what most of us imagine at all. It's most certainly not all about the speed, but how the experience makes us feel. Once you get into the car of your choice, you bask in the beauty of how it's built and appreciating the interior, understanding that if you take care of it, it will do the same. As the drive begins, you can't help but blossom because of the joy you get and the reactions around you.
When people get into these high-powered cars, they're not used to them. So even on the track, you know, obviously they're very limited in the experience and how fast they can go. We find that on the road, it's a longer experience. It's more personal. You get more time in the vehicle. It's not rushed. And they're road cars, you know, so they're at home on the road. This is where they want to be. This is where, you know, where they're comfortable. And you need to remember, driving a supercar is more than just the performance. You know, it's about the sound of the car. It's about the people around you, how they're looking at you, how they interact with you. So I think we capture the supercar experience a lot better than any track day is able to.
Welby-Cook also takes us through who this experience is for. It most certainly is for everyone. However, the girlies came out shining. It appears women actually prefer fast and luxurious cars.
The experience plays to everybody, you know, so, you know, predominantly our clients are male. Females or women buy them the vouchers. It's typically gifted to them. Men come through and enjoy the product, but women also love it, you know. I feel like women don't experience these kind of things. They don't necessarily initially have an interest to do them, but what I do find is when they come and do it, they enjoy it more than the men. Some of the ladies aren't scared at all and they get in and they go flat out, and look, that's what we want them to do. But I find when women come do the experience, they're blown away every time and they have the best time, you know. They're blown away by the cars and the performance, and you know, I really think that that stigma should change around women not enjoying this, because when I look at the footage and I look at the smiles afterwards, I think the ladies have more fun than the men, to be honest. Some of the ladies aren't scared at all and they get in and they go flat out, and look, that's what we want them to do.
As this is a motorsport industry, Welby-Cook unpacks some of the challenges they have faced and what his favorite thing about the space is.
Our fleet of cars is very unique, so you know we play in our own niche. We're not you know, we're not targeting advanced driving and those kind of things. So, you know, we're sort of in our own space. It has been challenging. You know, we've had a lot of issues with venues moving around from track to track and last minute cancellations and that sort of thing. That's one of the reasons we also prompted to move into our own venue onto the road. And then obviously keeping this fleet of cars running is a whole nother thing.
What's your most favorite thing about this place?
It's got to be the people, you know, watching the people get out the cars, the expressions on their faces, you know. Some people get out the cars, their knees are weak, you know. They're like, we've got to help them out the cars, they're shaky. You know, I'm a people person, so, you know, seeing people happy, seeing them, you know, living their dream.
With the festive season and the end of the year fast approaching, we find out from Robbie Cook what we can look forward to from RDE.
Coming to the end of the year, obviously we do a lot of corporate end of year functions, tea building, that kind of thing. In December, we're taking the whole business down to Cape Town. We'll be doing a pilot project down there for 3 months. So letting the Cape Townians enjoy the experience. I'm excited, and I think the people in Cape Town are really excited. We've had a good response so far.
A Lamborghini for me, and hey, this could be you too. It's been a splendid day, a beautiful experience indeed.
I love things that just get my blood going. Now, you heard her earlier performing Ukuthanda Wena. She's a poet and word expressionist, and her name is Kush Mahleka, and she's graced many stages delivering profound narratives about a vast array of topics. Also known for her lyrical prowess and indelible writing, she has amongst many accolades, and she's even written a book. To discuss the power of words, Kush joins us on Trendz. Ladies and gentlemen, ikumkanikazi. Welcome to Trendz Live. Oh my God, that's the energy that I need.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, happy Women's Month. That's the first thing that I have to say to you.
Thank you.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
Mamela, let's chat about it, right? The term self-expressionist is very much self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But what does it mean to you, being one? Because I think you consider yourself a self-expressionist.
You know, word expression is basically the expression of words, obviously. But then I speak of it as a term of coming from a place of non-judgment, writing to yourself, to others, and without judgment and or even fear of what the next person might think of how honest you've become. Becoming naked. That's what has led to the expression, is the fact that I can become naked and fully myself in words and in poetry.
I love that. I love that so much, because it's so personal, but it's also so broad. Talk to me about the themes that your poetry addresses.
Well, I like to write about blackness. I like to write about relationships and love, and the ins and outs of love, you know, the best parts of it and the worst parts of it. But I write mostly about the worst parts of it, which has become my grace, but also spirituality as well. Because also being in my journey as a medium, I get to get into that space and use that to educate people as well.
I love that also, because you sort of can't separate a human being from their spirituality, and I guess you're most naked in your spiritual form.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Look at us.
It's a poem already.
It's a poem already. Listen, it's Women's Month, and you are a passionate and a strong advocate for women, and this shows in your writing. Talk to me about what advises some of you, like your feminine side of the work.
Oh, man. Learn to be thyself. Be yourself. I think in more than anything, we try so hard to be hard on ourselves and to show this facade of not having to go sensitive and crawl into your own room. I think more than anything, one thing I would say to women and about women is that we need to let go of the fact that we don't have strength in our weakness. So build your own strength in everything that has happened for you and to you until it actually knows to bring you back to you as well. So I think one thing that people need to know is that the only person who knows more about yourself is you.
Is yourself. Hey, yeah, I think kune introspection eningi la, and a lot of people don't like looking within because it's very terrifying, the things that you have to face when you're alone. But look, you are diverse, you are multi-talented, you wrote a book. Your book is titled 1 Year Stand, Moments and Memories. What's entailed in this book? Kunani ngapha? Sifumana ntoni when we read it?
You see, it's a mixture of my poems, like the years that I've written. I think the oldest poem in it is from 2009 until poems for about 2020, 2021. So it's a combination of them. You get to learn the little political me that used to exist in poetry. You get to learn the heartbroken Kush Mahleka. You get to learn the woman trying to come out of the girl and become herself and see herself and dare herself in a world that is filled with experience. So, yeah.
I have to ask though, I might get into trouble, but I have to ask, how have you sort of made space for all these different versions of you, from the political Kush Mahleka to the heartbroken one who's a bit vulnerable, you know? How have you made space for all of those people? Which are all you.
you don't make space for who you are. It's already created, it's done. You're already born for this thing. So you don't even feel a strain that there's another person who exists besides yourself. It's still you, even when you do something else. So I don't think I've ever been challenged in that way, more than I've just had to understand that this is my duty and I'm meant to do all these dimensional things, and it's been beautiful.
I love that. That's truly incredible. You say you're right to let go. Talk to me about how words continue to be an undeniable vehicle through which women can express themselves.
There's one thing I've learned. We have so many people call us themselves our friends and whatever not, but it's rare for someone to have someone that you can sit down and be actually bare with and tell them exactly what you're thinking, no matter how controversial it sounds. And they don't come from a place of judgment. So I feel as though writing is a place of talking to yourself honestly without any judgment or without any fear and influence of the outside world. So it is the only place where no one can say, you were wrong. But instead, someone will say, oh my God, I've learned something. That's actually me. So, it's an honest place to live.
An honest place to live. I think that's the perfect place to live it. Thank you so much, Kush. My goodness me, now those are words of wisdom. May you continue being a beacon through your craft in spreading the word ever so powerfully. Here she is now with another rendition, only on Trendz Live. Enjoy.
There's a breath you forfeit to breathe when you give yourself to high power. Reverence is an act of the Bible cheated of its actual depth. Imvuma kufa is living in mercy. To dim down to darkened knees is all that will save you from the darkness destined to rattle you. Ukuphila ngekubu is a song of unknown genre. The music happens simultaneously from your ears, feet, vision, and voice. Dead silence is the only thing that brings my great-grandfather's respect. I watch myself pour into nothingness, hang my dreams in their mercy, and rest in power. Peace is a vacation in these type of streets. You line up your days of joy. Sadness is the best receiver of the spirit. On your darkest of days, you are able to share the most honest of light. Time has all authority to do us like that. See the world in most of its dimensions. Release prayers back from God. The day my life changed, I told a woman her son was okay from the other side. She blessed the day I was born. I replenished out of my mother's rejection. You never see the people you want to see, though. To prove that this isn't all you, it's a courtesy. I serve so it gets to skip my daughter. A humble request in unsettled nerves. Where you have deemed my light even in lives, may I live in solace in their hearts. When you speak in anger, you risk the life of another human being. Powerful is your tongue, able to be comprehended even in silence. Istugo Sam is the pride of my people and I raise the name of my maternal grandfather. Ungwangula, utita, uqhabikalangeni, inkwekwezi emhlophe ebonwa ngabaphangeli, isikuni somka nasomthole sona siqhutywa singeva xaxama kanontshuntsha.
You're still watching Trends Live on SABC News. Now, Clearwater Mall has been transformed into a vibrant celebration of Indian culture in celebration of their birthday. From rich fabrics to timeless elegance, an Indian-themed market puts the spotlight on tradition with a fashionable twist. Trends Live producer Bulelani Lugogwana took a walk through and discovered it was more than just style, but rather about heritage, femininity and flair. Have a look.
In true celebratory spirit, the spotlight shifts to culture, color, and quiet elegance. A cultural market puts the Indian heritage on center stage. It's not only appetizing to the eye, but also a real lived experience.
Coming from an Indian background, it's a lot to do with how we were raised and the woman who raised us. It's a lot of history, a lot of rituals. It embodies softness and strength and, you know, that quiet sort of resilience, to say that. And I don't think it can be summed up in one day, but I do believe that it's through the storytelling and through the Indian outfits and through the henna application that we sort of remember the woman that came before us and who made us and the rituals that they taught us and how we can celebrate that through these gatherings within our communities.
Then we explore the significance of the henna ritual. It goes beyond just decoration, and for many, it's a tradition woven with memory and meaning. Here's what makes this form of art so deeply personal.
Henna in itself is such a joyous embodiment within our culture. And when we take a step back and you actually look at the time that it takes someone to do that design, the women that come together to do this on each other, and what kind, it almost becomes sort of a meditation. And you see that the truly powerful feminine energy comes out through these designs and really a celebration of ourselves and who we are as women, and taking the time to say it's okay to just sit back and enjoy being adorned by this beautiful application.
For those also displaying some of the crafts, we take a closer look at the beauty of the flamboyant Indian fashion.
This is one of the bridal wear, and it's called a replica of a Sabyasachi, one of the designers in India. This work, it's called like a bead work, and it have a Swarovski work on it, and it's a Zardozi. It's done by the hand. It take like 1-2 weeks to done this outfit, and this is specialist in bridal wear. Indian cultures are very traditional, so they used to wear such things in India, and these things always make beauty, enhance the beauty, you know. So like these things every girl can wear from the, you know, like the age of 18 to any age, women can wear these things.
Most designs are proudly rooted in tradition and modern flair.
Then we can come here, like it's called a Banarasi trading, traditional wear of the Indian South in like a Tamil people. They used to wear like a Banaras. It's called a raw silk. It come with the silk material from top to bottom, and it have a thread work down on the bottom there.
Draped in this stunning piece, I almost believed I was walking down the aisle. Dressed in something made perfectly for a groom with all the necessary accessories.
That hat is belong to groom and made by hand. Only groom people wear it who are, because you know why, groom is he is a special person on that day. So that turban make him special and feel he is a groom. You wear it, you saw fitting is perfect, and the stone works upon all over. So it's make a different. I hope you understand. So I choose that designs, and I have only one piece. You can't get second piece, same thing.
Amidst the sparkle and color, we also learned the power of uniting and celebrating culture, femininity and tradition.
We have a little church group in the garden route, so sometimes the ladies, we get together, we do picnics, we go out, and you know, like to me, my mother is like the first woman for me. My mother is my God, so I always celebrate her. We decorate our hands and feet and legs and make ourselves look good when there's functions, or just for nothing also, even if we're just going to the temple.
Tradition brought to life with a blend of beauty and spirit, this market turned a mall into a celebration of the Indian tradition, one stall at a time.
I love it. Now, they say one person's trash is another person's treasure. But for Eosmart Group, it's high fashion. Founder Lise Kuhle transforms discarded PVC plastics and fabrics into chic, eco-friendly bags, all while creating jobs for women. Have a look at how this inspiring team is giving waste a stylish second life.
Who said trash can't be trendy? Since 2011, Eosmart Group has been giving waste a stylish second life through recycling PVC plastic.
It's a project that I started 13 years ago, and the reason I started it is that I was really concerned about all the waste plastic that was really discarded all around South Africa. Ideally, I would not like to be making things like bags and accessories. I would like to be making something that was more mainstream, but really, bags is a great use of the discarded PVC and different fabrics that are available, freely available in the marketplace, and would otherwise go to landfill, essentially. This project that you hear today is at Riverside View at Riversands Incubation Hub. It was initially a project that was funded by Coca-Cola as part of their Women 5x20 program, and this is now a legacy project. So that project ended about 7 or 8 years ago, but the ladies were still keen to participate. I was still keen to participate, and so we've continued manufacturing here as well. There's a lot of aspects to this business that are not just sewing. So we get this waste is not clean, so it has to be cleaned, it has to be cut up, it has to be reversed. So there are a lot of tasks that are available for people who don't necessarily know how to sew, and if those people are reliable, then we will take the investment and we will then teach them how to sew, and that's how the number has grown. I mean, sometimes we get women who know how to sew and they come, but in the last couple of years it's mostly been people that have no skills whatsoever, and we've started them somewhere doing something, and then we like them and they like us, so they stay.
The bags look so high-end, so the question that Liz and her team often hear is, how do they weave PVC into their designs?
The waste, it's not a dirty waste in terms of it's being, it's not toxic or anything. It's really just dirt. It's billboards that have been sitting on the highway through Johannesburg winter that are very, very dusty, that need to be hosed off, essentially, then cut up and then made into something. All of our patterns are incredibly simple, so we don't do complicated things at all. So like a shopping bag is one panel, you just fold it, So that was the whole idea behind it, is that it is very entry-level sewing, but producing a really good quality results. We've had fantastic support from the community, so branding companies, marketing companies, and client brands who donate their billboards to us, every year, and it's a huge amount that we get. We're so grateful for, because we just wouldn't have a business if we didn't have, these donations. And our whole model has been based now on using, PVC, and our pricing structures, everything is based around this donated waste and the job creation it creates from the cleaning, the cutting, the sewing, etc., etc.
Through various projects, the team have tapped into various fashion trends, showing that recycled materials can be just as stylish as anything on the runway.
The traditional brand we're known for is our shwe.co.za, which is using the three cats, traditional shwe that's obviously made in King Williamstown, and that's been a runaway success for us on the retail side of things. But we have other brands. We've developed a brand called the Wine Collection, which is using imported fabrics but South African waste, which we've done a range of different wine accessories for gifting, for wine farms, things like that.
This innovative approach to plastic recycling not only cuts production costs, it also protects the environment and creates opportunities for these women.
When I started, I knew the machine before. I knew sewing before, but I was doing that with a domestic machine at home, doing like taking off cards and making a little bit of rags. But when I came here, then I started with the bags. I love sewing the bags very much because the bag does not have a lot to do, like maybe doing the dress or something. Yeah, I started here in 2017. We did the training and we came to the bag making. It was so interesting. I loved it. Sometimes the people come around here when there's events, but sometimes I have my own clothes and they come at home. Sometimes we go to the markets to sell. Sometimes there's a market that are coming here, sometimes the markets outside and go selling.
You are watching Trendz live on SABC News.
Sustainability at its best. Listen, we're gonna take a quick ad break. When we come back, Major Steez is in the building, and I heard they brought a surprise. You don't want to miss it. Stick around.
namhlanje ilanga lesithanda sami bagodwa usumo wethu hamba nami cela bavula amagesi sithanda sami isikhathi sethu sifikile ngipopile kubo bonke ukhethiwe wena wedwa seyibe ngowakho sengeza ingoma zomshado sithi yelele 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 Davi umbambo njabulise ngothando lwakho yelele 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 getting on my knee in an all white suit it's clear to see there ain't nothing like you looking into the mirror for the rest of my life baby that's how I feel think of you as my wife everything you want you got it but I need your confidence and patience right beside me
you know what it's giving somebody sent me to KZN with cows right now it's giving wedding fever what oh my goodness me now onto something exciting and fresh this Women's Month they're a hip-hop and R&B duo consisting of two brothers known for their chart-topping singles and making waves on the SA music scene. Their debut album, The Sweet Life of Major Steez, features a blend of trap, R&B and Afro beats showcasing their versatility. Their brand new offering is no different. Teaming up with music powerhouses, Major Steez is back with two new tracks that are making waves in the musical scene and online. They're in studio tonight to chat about this brand new music. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Major Steez.
Hey,
my boys. Oh, my boys. I gotta touch your blood. Come on. Gents, good to see you. First of all, welcome to Trendz Live.
Thank you for having us. Finally, we made it.
Finally, it is here. Listen, I have to say, when I first met you guys, I got a hip-hop sense.
Yeah.
You're hip-hop people, man.
Doggy dog.
Yeah, where you are now, this is my Zelo level. Guys, talk to me about this change of genre. Why did you decide to jump into this?
To be honest, we've always loved Afro-pop, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we've always looked up to Boringo, something Soweto and everything like that. But the day we met this man on my left, Clarity is Clear to See, is when we finally actually started, like, it made sense in studio for us to try it. And luckily the people are loving it, so yeah, that's how we got here.
It vibes, Clarity is Clear to See.
It's clear to wow.
You just performed Wedding Song. Talk to me about this song. What was the inspiration behind it? What was the idea? Are you in love with Zagalan?
Well, first of all, shout out to G.O.D. Nkulu, the King of Kings.
On the highest.
For making it happen and putting this powerhouse together, you know, and this new team. Our brother Clarity is Clear to See. You know, it's actually an interesting story how it came about. I think, Steezy, you'd like to...
Sematandwe.
Oh,
Sematandwe.
Straight to the point.
We're in love, yeah, the boys are in love.
Oh, both of you?
I
Aye, for sure. Mina for sure.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's fine. I'll forgive you. Something exciting then truly happens. Angege comes up. I want to chat about it. And we got a special surprise for the Trendz Live viewers. I'm going to bring her onto set now. While she's coming on, talk to me about Angege. What was the thought behind it? Chat to me about it.
Ooh, first of all, our dream collab since 2020 something. Yo, guys, still can't believe this is happening. So Angege was a song that Clarity had been working on the beat for a while, and we were like, guys, the wedding song, people are loving it. Let's give them more of what they want. You know what I'm saying? But now we can't do it alone. We need to level it up. Who better to do it with than the people, the girl that was breaking our hearts and making us cry a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? With her music, Unomfundo Mos.
It's Nomfundo Mo, ladies and gentlemen. There's a funny story because I saw the video. You guys went onto social media to lobby and say, guys, no man, we need Nomfundo on this track. Was it because she was breaking our hearts that she was the perfect person?
I think for us, she's the queen of the genre.
Yes,
she's the queen of the genre. So it just made sense.
And shout out to all of our fans that also made it possible, and our supporters. You know, we actually asked them who they would love to hear on a song with us, and you know, they played a big part in us making this hit. And so thank you, sis.
And a hit it is, I have to ask you, okay, queen of the genre, and I do agree, by the way. When you see this thing happening and your phone is blowing up, you get this request, why did you decide to jump onto Angege?
I was actually very excited to work with my bros because the first time I heard the wedding song, I was like, I was supposed to be on the song. Yes. How come I'm not on the song? So the moment they started introducing Angege or would say they want to carry on with this genre, I was like, I'm on. So I was excited.
Oh, I love that. Talk to me then about how the reception has been, because I know it's big on TikTok. How's the reception been?
Oh man, it's been amazing, man. And Mina, I'm a lover girl. I love songs. So every time, Jay, mangsemol. So they're like, Angege. So
that time I thought no booty. I was about makoti. I exist. Oh, maybe is it Steez?
No.
These are my brothers.
You know, it's okay, guys. I love the song. I cannot wait for the Trendz Live viewers to hear it. It's truly incredible. I wish you super success with it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, you're incredible. Man. That's unfortunately all we have time for today, but fear not, we'll be back again next week Friday, same time, exclusively on SABC News. Here they are now, closing off the show with their smashing hit track. It's called Angege. I'm Steez, but you can call me Matea. From my heart to yours. Until next time, au revoir, bye-bye.
Mike quickly. Maungeke duze kwami sondela sandla sami ubatshele ukuthi uhamba nami baby yangindawo uthando ngeke luphele baby yangindawo sisazovusa balele ebusuku balele ungibambe ufudumeze angeke yeyeke angeke amaneighbor athukuthele umsindo basikwatele angeke yeyeke angeke.
They sleeping, we be waking them up all weekend, 'cause there ain't no time to sleep when you're around. Now I'm tweaking, all over the mic I'm bleeding. All them secrets, girl, I'll keep it safe and sound.
Ebusuku balele ungibambe ufudumeze angeke yeyeke angeke amaneighbor athukuthele umsindo basikwatele angeke yeyeke angeke ayisizovusa balele isizwe
sizovusa maulele, 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 sizovusa maulele, 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 sizovusa maulele, maulele, maulele.
Oh makoti, sebeshogi mi emzini, ngihamba nobuti. Oh umyeni wam, zungangekeli, bambi isandla sami, uze kube sekugcineni. I will join my soul, nginenhlanhla yokuthandwa nguwe nguwe. Uyangithanda, nami ngiyakuthanda, siyathandana, uthando olwakazana.
Ebusuku banilele ungibambe futhumeze angeke ngiyeke angeke angeke amaneighbor athukuthele umsindo wasiwadele angeke ngiyeke angeke sizovusa maulele 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 sizovusa maulele